broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello, AfterBuzz fans. Welcome back to another episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia here at AfterBuzz TV. This is Season 10, Episode 7, Mack Kills His Dad.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, pretty crazy episode. I'm your host, Danica Kennedy, and you can find me on Twitter at Danica Kennedy. And tonight, joining me as usual,
Joe Doyle at JoJo Doyle. Twitter.com.
Yeah. And I'm Marilou Mandl. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Marilou Mandl.
Joe has like an NPR voice going on tonight, apparently.
Yeah, I thought I'd smooth things out a little bit.
Speaking about NPR, lots of great shows out there, but you know you love us the most, so be sure to check us out on iTunes and download AfterBuzz TV's Always Sunny in Philadelphia After Show as our podcast. We're also available on YouTube as well, and be sure to follow us on Twitter.
Do it.
Come check us out.
You know you want to do it. I just posted a video of Joe Doyle twerking.
Yeah, warming up for this show.
Little left cheek, right cheek. You know,
Yeah, it was great.
Get it going. Thank you.
It was wonderful.
That's how I focus in.
Yes, it was great.
I think it goes for this kind of show. You know, that's a good way to
warm
up. It's appropriate.
You warm the pecs, you warm the butt cheeks, and then you just dive right in.
Dive right in. Well, let's dive right in.
Let's do it.
Mack kills his dad. What?
It got crazy in this episode. It gets crazy in every episode, but this one I thought murder. Mm-hmm. One of the gang is, I mean, like they've maimed a lot of people, Cricket and everybody else, but I thought murder.
Pretty intense.
It was intense.
I love when they like go to their title cards and it's like Mack's like, I'm gonna save my dad, and then it cuts to
Mack
the title. Kills his dad out.
Yeah.
Genius. I love it.
Amazing. I love how they did that. Mm-hmm. Luther McDonald's one of my favorite characters. I actually would love to get him in the studio. Could you imagine if we had Mack's dad here with us?
Yes,
that would be such a great
tell
guest.
Him to come and talk to us.
I'd be nervous. He's an intimidating gentleman.
He is pretty intimidating,
but
I think it would be
guy.
pretty entertaining.
Yeah. I guess it is acting.
Yes.
And so yeah, he's pretty funny in it though. He's sort of the bug eyes and how he just hates Mack. And Mack is so oblivious. Like he was visiting. I mean, he visits his dad in jail when we find out that he got arrested again. And he's just so oblivious. Like I remember when they were going around for like Christmas time and they were stealing everybody else's presents, but Mack didn't realize. He just was so happy that he was spending family time.
It's so sad because Mack's always like, I love you, Dad, and so into his dad, and his dad is the worst dad ever. He's just such a criminal, sleazy guy, and they find out on the news. They're just watching the news in the bar, and they see his dad pop up because he murdered someone with a stop sign, swinging it around and decapitating someone. And so he decides he wants to save his dad, and he goes with Charlie to the prison, and the whole time Luther's like so angry that he's shaking like, don't get involved with this, or like, I'm gonna have to get involved in your life, like almost death threat status, like super scary.
Yes. And then I love that Charlie wants to get involved because he specializes in bird law, but he can help him out.
He can totally help him out. It felt like it was like Law and Order style.
Yeah.
Like they were going around trying to figure out like how to clear his name, but like prison's you got to toe the line or else you're gonna get in trouble.
Oh yeah,
don't get it.
Yeah,
such a snitch though. I mean, the whole time his dad is just like, do not get involved with this situation, like stay out of it, whatever you do, stay out of it. And of course all they do is just like dig their grave deeper into the situation.
Yeah,
it just gets progressively worse.
We find out that he, like, all of a sudden they think that Mack is intimidating witnesses.
Yeah, because that guy was like, "Oh, my lips are sealed. You know, no words are coming out of my mouth." And then Charlie's like, "I know, man. I know. I saw the words in there, but you can't tell him these things. You can't pry them out of his mouth."
Yeah, and he started freaking him out, and like, you know, if that could, you know, you start doing that, then inside you might run into a little bit of trouble. I've watched Sons of Anarchy. I know what's up. I watched Lock Up. I know what's going on.
Well, and they're the worst people to investigate, too, to go back to where it happened and ask all these people, hey, did you see that guy kill this other guy, kind of thing?
And he's like, don't stop working, because they don't do that on TV.
Yeah. Like, just keep on doing what you're doing, and everything's going to be fine. And, of course, it's not going to be fine. Like, you run immediately. If anyone... Like, that's the first rule. If anyone asks you about what you saw, you didn't see nothing.
You never see nothing.
I'm Sicilian. I don't see nothing about nothing. It doesn't have to do with me. I didn't see it.
It has nothing to do with it. But I love that we have to go visit the moms now in the episode, which these women are just so ridiculous. Charlie and Mack's moms. I actually don't know their character names. Do you guys?
Bonnie is Charlie's
mom. Okay.
And then Mack's mom, I don't remember.
She cracks me up. Mack's parents are just so trashy.
Yeah.
It's ridiculously wonderful.
Charlie's mom is one of my favorite characters in like the whole series, because she is such a whore and just so sweet about it. Just the sweetest little whore.
She's
and
like, I can't lie to my son. I can't lie to my son. And then he's like, all right, fine, tell me everything. She's like, all right, they were both in me.
Yeah, and it's like, whoa, don't
one
tell
in my
us
mouth,
anything.
one in my
He's like, in you. And then she's like, nope. She got like one's in the mouth, one's in the butt.
Just straight up.
She wasn't involved in the finale.
No,
she was like left out. But that was the alibi though, because the night of the murder, she was with Mack's dad, which the boys are just sitting there like, really, parents? Are you kidding me? Like, no wonder their kids are so terrible.
Yeah.
When you look at them.
Last time Charlie found out his mom was a slut, he started like beating up all like the Santa Clauses around like during the very Sunday Christmas special, and like almost killed the Santa Claus in the mall. Like, he almost lost it again too. He's like, that's ridiculous. A prison threesome. And then Eduardo
Sanchez.
Apparently the one that she said, the other lover in the situation. And besides Luther, he's the one that ran off.
Or prison bitch.
Yeah,
depending on who you're talking to.
Depends.
Yeah, because that was a strange thing. If he's the gang, like head of the gang, and then, you know, like all of a sudden, you know, Mack's dad established dominance, that blurs the lines a little bit.
So, of course, Charlie and Mack go to the prison and go to Luther, and they're like, we set you free. Like, we found out who did it, Eduardo. And nope, not so good.
No.
He was like, actually, you just killed me because I'm going to get killed in here. And then they just end the episode that way.
Yeah, he's totally going to get shanked. Like, I mean, I hope that we see him again in another episode, but I have a feeling that might have been his swan song. It's the end of the...
Might be the end.
Yeah, it might be the end for Mack's dad.
Yeah, you think they really killed him?
I mean...
I feel like it could be the end for this season because we're on episode 7 out of 10.
Yeah, and I don't know how many times that, you know, Mack's dad is going to show up, you know, and things. But we got an unexpected cameo from another one of my favorite characters, Bill Ponderosa.
Mr. Bill Ponderosa.
The old Pondy.
He was on the gloomy side in this episode.
He
wanted to commit suicide by drinking himself to death at Paddy's pub.
He was so cheery about it, though. He's like, yeah, guys, let's take a shot. And they're like, great, yeah, let's take a shot. Why? Oh, yeah, because I'm going to drink myself to death.
What did he say? He was like, I think it's just time for my soul to leave this old, ugly one and find a new party, like, body to be in or something.
And it's like that optimism about that is so sad, to be so optimistic about killing yourself. It's like, yeah, it's cool. And what a horrible way to do it. Like, you know, I drank like 6 shots of tequila one night, and that was horrible enough. But to off yourself with booze, shoot. Bill Ponderosa.
Yeah, you think you could hold yourself together enough to like follow through with that, or just get really sick? Because you get to a point where you're just drunk.
Yeah, and you're gonna
like
pass
you just
out.
fall asleep or throw up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna like lose track of the objective here.
But
I mean, people do die from it, but you gotta be intense.
That's true. But then the gang thought, okay, well, let's get a little. Well, they tried to do intervention, and that didn't work at all.
And Frank had his life is good t-shirt
Life is happy.
swag, or life is happy, but it's there's like a company called Life is Good that's like the same thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that totally
And like
makes sense.
older people wear it, and it says Life is Good, and
Little
it
stick
actually
figures.
like makes me really happy when I see it. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
life is good. Oh no, it cheers me up.
The T-shirts in this episode were killing it.
Oh, they
Life
were.
is happy.
Life is happy. We had Whiskey Dicks.
Whiskey Dicks. There was
And
like.
then was it the Nimrod?
Oh, the Nimrod.
Yeah,
shirt
it was
that
like it looked like a
Mac
school,
was
and it just
wearing.
said Nimrods over and over and over and over and over again, and so they were definitely on point.
Yeah, I was all about the It's Always Sunny fashion today.
Yeah,
By the way, dicktowel.com exists, and it is a Always Sunny in Philadelphia gift shop, and you can buy the t-shirts that Mac wears, and they have all this swag and stuff. So the super fans at home, just so you know, you can get matching t-shirts with some of the
at
characters.
dicktowel.com.
And you can also get dick towels on that website and kitten mittens.
I'd be in the market for some kitten
too
mittens.
loud?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe that's. Do you have a cat?
No.
Okay, well maybe then you might find a little
I'm a cat
something
lady,
under
so-
the Christmas tree next year. Some kitten
Little
mittens.
kitten mittens.
Maybe.
Yeah, if you just get me
For the
kitten mittens and I
babies.
don't have a cat, I'll just cry.
No, then
If
I will
that's
not-
the game you want to play.
It's
No.
like, where's the kitten in the box?
I need the kitten.
Where's the kitten?
But like I thought one of the funniest things about this episode was when we met Bill Ponderosa's kids.
Yeah.
And like we talked to his kids, and his little goth kid they said like, "Oh no, his name's not Bill. His name is Mr. Cocksucker." Because
Yes.
he sucks so many cocks. Like straight quote. I mean, I know
Yeah,
I'm
and then-
trying not to be crass, but hey.
And what does the little girl says that she doesn't like him because he said that she was too fat to be a slut and that he fed her an omelet with cocaine.
Yeah.
That's a good reason to hate your dad.
And the
Yeah.
other one was called like a wimpy punk or something like
Yeah.
that. The little boy, he's just awful to his kids, and they're like, "No, he's a great guy. He loves you."
They were
They're
just trying to
do
get
like
money.
an intervention to the family, and they're like, "Let him die. We don't care." Like,
Yeah, they're gonna make bank on the,
Gonna
on
make
the
so
life
much
insurance.
money.
And what
And
were
we
they going to
hate
get with their
him.
money? The little girl wanted a cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she needs to aim higher.
She does.
The little
Yeah.
boy was like, I'm going to get a gun because I'm the man of the house.
Terrifying.
No.
don't give that
Terrifying.
kid a gun. The
No.
sad punk
When,
kid
when
at
Dennis
such a
is
young
saying,
age.
don't give this person a gun.
Then you shouldn't
know
get
it's
When
the
bad.
gun.
Dennis thinks you're crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the gang is like worried about these kids, that's bad because they're shooting guns all the time and being crazy, and they're like, "Oh no, these kids are gonna be bad."
And it's, I mean, okay, but here's the thing though. Secret, like, if I got fed a cocaine omelet unknowingly, I feel like as long as you don't OD that wouldn't be that bad. I mean,
It's
like,
a very energetic day.
yeah, the way to
extra
start your day. It's
coffee.
the most important
Right.
meal of the day.
You're
She's
also,
also, like, 10 years
not
old.
a 50-pound child.
I'm just saying, I mean, like, you know, she probably has a lot of stuff to do around school.
Yeah,
It's
she's
just-
gonna have so much fun on the jungle gym that day.
Man.
What about Maureen's plastic surgery?
Oh, Maureen.
So,
Maureen,
yeah.
right? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
her name.
Speaking of cats, Maureen turned into a cat lady. I actually
Me,
think
yes.
a lot of women, like in LA, that get their cheeks done like that, they do look like cats with the turned up noses.
Mm-hmm.
I love that they called her a cat lady though and made her like meow because that's exactly what those ladies look like when they
Yeah.
do that to their faces.
He's like, where are your boobs? They're in my cheek. Or in my face.
I love the idea of her wearing shirts with people on them.
Yes.
Now that she is, you know, turning into a cat.
Getting
Right.
some fur.
Yeah, and a tail. She's like, I don't see why I wouldn't get a tail. Why not? She could be the spokesperson for kitten mittens. Right?
Full circle, just
There it is.
There's,
keeping it going.
there's like some guy like I saw on the Discovery Channel that actually did all these surgeries to look like a tiger.
No.
You got to look it
That's
up.
crazy.
It was on this Taboo show on National Geographic, and then I saw it later on Discovery Channel. He straight up he split his lip, and so he has like the, you know, like muzzle, you know, just like a cat. He's got huge brow implants, so that way it looks even more like a cat. And then got like eye contact lenses, and then tattoos. He has like it. Check it out, Tiger
That's
Guy.
Oh,
wild.
Don't
Yeah.
do it.
I mean, like, I'm all about plastic surgery. Like, embrace what you want to look like, do whatever you want, but there are some wild plastic surgeries out
Yeah.
there.
But oh yeah,
I haven't seen that one, but now I'm going to look that up.
You gotta check it out. Like, there's all sorts of like implants now where you can like get, there's the cheekbones, but you can get brow implants, you can get like horns and bumps, and like you can put a cross like underneath.
You can look
skin.
look like whatever you want.
And forehead implants, like horns.
Just like
so weird.
I don't know, but I mean, a cat. I think Marine Ponderosa looked pretty hot back when, like not anymore.
No,
not anymore. But even with that like weird tooth that she had, I still would have.
The stink tooth.
Yeah, I still would have hooked up.
We've seen some like good makeup on this show this season.
Yeah, they've really upped it with Rickety Cricket being like the Hound.
Yeah, with his whole face and jaw kind of like stretched out. You can see like the tendons and stuff inside. A lot more like blood and guts kind of stuff this season as well.
Their prosthetics department's getting it.
I love it. I love it.
Good
I think
makeup.
yeah. And then I loved how Bill just kind of decided he was over it.
Yeah, he by the time they figured out the expert plan, he was like, I'll just go to prison and, take the death penalty because I want to die anyways, when he's drunk in the pub. And then, of course, when he goes to the jail or the courthouse, he sees his reflection with Frank's shirt. And he's like, life is happy. I want to live, and changes his mind. And they were all trying to get the insurance from him, though. Didn't they get, like, the best insurance policy? So if he died, they would get all the money. Of course, they just scam him. At first, it's, like, all about, like, making him happy and life's good. And then they're like, let's just take his money.
Yeah, if we can get some money out of this, then I'm all for it.
Embrace the gray area, guys.
Yeah, that's what you got. That's one thing to take away from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Embrace the gray area.
Yes.
I love how Charlie and Mac were dealing with Mac's dad the whole time, and they come back and they hear about this plan, and they're like, don't you feel kind of bad about that? And they're like, no, we thought about it, and we think it's fine. Like, we're fine with it.
I just feel so bad. Every time Mac said, I love you, every time, just shut down.
So sad.
He's like a little lost puppy.
Yeah. He's like, he didn't hear me. He didn't hear me.
Oh, the phone's not working.
Charlie's like, no.
He heard you.
Yeah.
No, he could hear you, yeah. And it's just the worst. It just kept getting sadder and sadder.
More disappointing. Well, we do have a little bit of news and gossip this week.
Huge news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
It is.
Take it away, Mary Lou. I love this story.
So on Conan, the gang were guests on Conan, and they did this whole bit about fan tattoos. So they showed a bunch of tattoos of, like, real tattoos of, like, Dennis and Charlie, people who have, like, tattoos of their face. And then the gang did a bit on Conan where they were like, oh, well, I have a tattoo. Like, I understand. So then, like, Dennis pulls up his shirt, and he's got Tom Selleck.
Nice.
Which is really funny. They're fake tattoos, but they looked very good. Whoever did those fake tattoos, good job. And then when it finally gets to Mac, he's like, oh yeah, I've got a tattoo of a singer, like this singer guy. And he pulls it up, and it's obviously Bill Cosby, but he's changed it to be Crosby and put a mustache on him with like a marker, like really shoddy, like revamping of it, but it was great. It was a really great bit. But then, like, seeing the real tattoos of real fans, I don't know if I would ever be that committed to tattoo somebody's face on me, like even an actor. I don't know. I'm
not a big enough fan of anyone to tattoo their face on you.
I don't know.
Yeah,
would you guys do it? I don't know. If I were to pick one, though, it'd be Charlie.
I mean, I think tattoos are awesome. I'll never get a tattoo because I'm afraid of needles. But like, what if you? Okay, so let's say. Like no one liked the Sopranos ending, you know, like season. So let's say I was like really into Sopranos and I got a Tony Soprano, you know, like tat, looking all tough, and then that's how the show ended, and I couldn't stand it because I for a while I was not a fan of the Sopranos after that.
Yeah, you're a little angry at it.
Yeah, in the first season of American Horror Story, I was like, I'm never watching the show again. I couldn't believe it. And if I fully committed like that, and then I got boned, I mean, you can't really change, you know, like, you know, the Rat King Charlie tattoo.
You just add, like, only seasons 1 through 4.
Little disclaimer, it's like an asterisk.
You gotta get a second
You gotta find
tattoo.
where the footnotes are.
Yeah. It's like all the way at the bottom of my feet.
Yeah.
But I don't think I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
I love tattoos, but not from this show. I don't have anything I'm passionate about, really. I have my little penguin tattoo right here.
Oh, so cute.
I like the dainty little animal tattoos, but I don't know, what could I get? Like a dainty little rat or something?
I thought that was Sweet D.
You thought that was it's
because she's
a
a bird.
It's Sweet D.
Good job.
Yeah.
And then
That's a good
speaking
one.
of Sweet D, Kaitlin was on New Girl.
Yes, I
And
saw
she was
that.
like so great. Like I love seeing her in other things as not Sweet D, but like doing her thing. I don't know. I just think she's a great actress. She's so funny.
I still think she should have been in Ghostbusters.
I agree.
I think she'd been great in that.
I was so happy to see her in New Girl because most of this cast, mainly the men, have been on the Mindy Project this season. And I keep seeing the boys over and over again. And I always watch New Girl and the Mindy Project back to back when I watch those shows. And so it was really exciting to see her in it. I was like, wait, what am I watching?
Yeah, it's
Which
great.
one? They're hopping all over the place in the comedy world.
I'm glad all these actors need, to be everywhere.
Yeah.
Like,
love it.
Share their gift of comedy with the world.
The show's become such a big success. I'm happy for them.
Yeah, me too.
Well, we're, 7th episode in. There's 10 episodes this season. Let's get into some predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Do you guys have any predictions? Some things that will happen before they wrap up this season, possibly?
Like a few more. Well, go back to my transportation, modes of transportation.
She's
They talked about
sticking with-
ferries in this one.
They did.
So what are we missing? Submarines.
Submarines.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
We already had an airplane, but no helicopters.
No helicopters yet.
What else?
I guess a bicycle.
A bicycle. Well, they always have the bicycle
They
like
always-
bell.
yeah.
So
Okay.
I could, if there's no
That's
bicycle,
like a
I'm okay.
hint.
A Segway.
A Segway.
I don't know. I'm just.
No,
throwing
that's
things-
great. No,
Yeah.
no roller skates.
No roller skates.
I'm just.
This is
my
a long
predictions. We're
list.
gonna get.
Okay.
We're gonna get at least one
Some
more
more
new
transportation.
mode of transportation before the end of the season. There
Okay.
it is. I put it down. That's my prediction.
Okay. I'm gonna predict that the waitress has something to do with next week's episode.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see the waitress. I was watching some reruns before. I always watch reruns before I actually come and do the show. Just get me in the Always Sunny mood, and the waitress is hilarious. So I think the waitress shows up next week.
Not to be a total downer, but I think they actually did kill off Mack's dad for this season. They just cut to the ending in the episode where he
yeah.
just walks back into prison and you expect him to get his ass kicked and die.
And you hear
Yeah.
some
But
sounds.
You hear
Yeah.
some sounds and they just end it there. There's the
know.
credits with the cheerful music again. But I feel like they don't really show his character very often. This episode was about him mainly with the title. I don't think they're going to wrap that up or bring it up again for the rest of the season. I think they're just going to end it right there.
It's done.
So
Okay.
I guess we shall see what will come next.
Yeah, we shall see.
Yes, we
Well,
will.
thank you for watching our It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia after show here at AfterBuzz TV. Where can they find you guys online?
Twitter, Instagram, everywhere at JoJo Doyle. 2 Joes and 1 Doyle.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Marilou Mandl.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Danica Kennedy. We'll see you guys next week. Thank
From
you.
executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.